Aakruti Desai from FemExec. Today, I'm here with Lisa Conto from Lisa Conto Life Coaching.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Could you give us a couple sentences about what your life coaching business is all about?
Yeah, so I help women who are kind of stuck in their 9 to 5 job and they really don't like it and they know that there's something more for them, and I help them find what it is. And usually they have a side hobby and they want to become an entrepreneur. So I help them remove all of the limiting beliefs that they have, help them gain confidence, remove self-doubt, and really go for their dreams.
Awesome. So, why did you get into the industry of life coaching?
Well, it was by accident actually. I have been a registered nurse for 10 years, and I just was stuck in my job. I hated it so much and I didn't know what else I wanted to do. So it was affecting my relationships. I would just be at home on my days off, just kind of doing nothing, like binging on Netflix and shows and just kind of wallowing in my sorrows. And so decided enough's enough. I got a life coach myself, and that was about 2.5 years ago. And the thing that was happening was my mindset was so negative that I didn't really know that anything was possible. And so I worked through all of that, and I got to see other people that were living their dreams. And I got to really see that maybe there was something else for me, that it was possible for me to have a dream life. And so I overcame all of these stories after stories that kind of were developed when I was younger. And then I was like, wow, I had the biggest transformation. I'm a completely different person. And so I wanted to help people do the same thing. And that's how it started.
So, in your situation, you were able to kind of life coach yourself and then turn that passion you found for life coaching to help others. So, do you have any stories of helping some females get out of their 9 to 5 jobs, become entrepreneurs, and like anything that just inspired you to continue with your business?
Yeah, what's funny? I started my coaching business last year, and I started with 10 free clients. And more than half of them were actually in the same situation I was, which I didn't mean for it to be like that. It kind of just happened. And I helped this one girl I'm still working with. She renewed with me, and I helped her. Like, she had no energy. She was just working in her 9 to 5. She had a side hobby she was working on in her spare time, but I took the focus and we started working on her business, and now her energy is consistently an 8 or a 9, and she's making money in her business and she's so happy. And it's really, really nice to see the results like that, just to get to see women really step up and live to their potential and get what they want, design their life.
Right. So I know that life coaching as an industry is a lot more of a hands-on approach. It's really reliant on human interaction. So how has your business been coping with the outbreak of COVID-19, especially since you're a much newer business and it relies a lot on that human interaction again?
Yeah, I've been doing all video calls, face to face, and that's probably what I would have been doing anyway if it wasn't for COVID, because I enjoy traveling so much. Obviously, I'm not traveling now, but I do love the digital nomad type life. Uh, yeah, so yeah, everything is virtual, and it's one-to-one sessions, but I do like the face-to-face via video calls. It's a little more difficult to do phone calls via coaching.
Okay. And as far as what you didn't expect when it came to running a life coaching business, is there anything where you were like, I didn't get the memo for this certain thing when it comes to running a business and not just following your passion?
Right. You know what? I think that I expected it to be a bit easier. which I have no idea why I thought that, but I think it's because I've never had a business before and I saw so many other people having successful businesses. And I'm like, oh, they can do it. I can do it. It's going to be great. It's going to be easy. Right. Um, but along came self-doubt and like, can I actually do this? How am I going to make it work? How am I going to pay the bills? Because I did quit my nursing job and I had to coach myself through that. And because I coach myself hard. And when I did that, when my beliefs started to change, the clients started coming and my business just started booming.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know that it must have taken a lot of courage to quit your job and turn it into a business that you really put a lot of risk and blood, sweat, and tears into. So where would you say that like inside feeling to just like go for it came from?
It is just an inner knowing that you are not in the right place. I just knew that nursing was not for me. And I knew that there was something else that I was being called to do. And just trusting your intuition and trusting the fact that, life is happening for you. And it's noticing these little signs. If you're not enjoying something, that's a sign. That's a sign you're supposed to be doing something else.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I know that, well, clearly life coaching wasn't something that you studied in college. In college, you studied nursing. So
Right.
I know that a lot of people kind of have this mindset that you have to study exactly what you want to do in life in college.
Mhm.
So how was that transition of like kind of going into an industry where you're not like that's not your primary focus of education?
Mhm. Yeah, I find that so much with women I work with is the fact that they think they need more education in order to start something. And I challenge that because you know exactly what you need to know to start. And if you can continue and just start somewhere and you can learn on the way, but that shouldn't, inhibit you from starting. So I have all of my life experience and what I've been through to start and help other women. And on my way, I've taken this course and that course and I've been learning. But yeah, it didn't stop me from starting. And that's what I think gets in the way of a lot of women's dreams is like, I need more education and I can't do it.
Mhm.
But I will always challenge you on that.
So what would you have said to the Lisa Conto who was just starting out this business, just quit her job? Any experiences, events, like just advice that you would have given her that you've learned over this past year?
Yes, definitely. The biggest advice I would give is just to stay positive, and it's going to be up and down. Entrepreneurship isn't just a straight line up, it's up and down and up.
Right.
And it's like, it's just celebrating the little wins too, and being happy and content with the journey of getting there. Because it does take time to get there. And if we can celebrate all the little milestones, then we can enjoy the process of getting there.
Okay, great. And I know that your business is clearly in like a lot newer. And so do you have any plans for expansion? I know a lot of people like to start introducing different methods of income, like not just the primary focus, but other alternatives like merchandise, clothing, things like that. Do you have any plans of expanding your business in that way?
I'm going to continue doing one-to-one coaching for now. I have a few spaces left for this month and next month. So I'm going to be working on filling those couple spaces. And maybe in the future, I'll design a course and maybe do a group program. But right now, I'm focusing on the one-to-one.
Okay, great. And um, have you ever come close to like quitting this, just like thinking like this is too crazy, I should just go back to nursing? Was there anything where you had that moment, and if so, what was something that you did to take yourself out and put yourself back in the present where you believed in yourself?
You know what? Not 1 second have I thought I'm going to go back to nursing, because I know for myself, if one thing doesn't work, I'm going to try another thing. If that doesn't work, I'm going to try something else. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to keep trying and trying and trying and trying. And as long as I know that I'm never going to quit, then my business is bound to work, right?
Oh, that's true. And yeah, and for my last question for you, do you have any advice for the future female business owners that are listening?
Yes, absolutely. Get started right now. Just create a dream, sit down and write out a vision for your future. What would you like to have your future look like in 5 years? And really sit down and think about, dream a little bit and just know that anything that you dream of is possible and start taking action.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, and where can our listeners reach you and your business?
Yeah, so I'm at www.lisaconto.com and I'm at Instagram, lisa.conto.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.